Millions of African students fail science not because they can't learn, but because they can't experiment. 1.9 million of WIRE candidates sit and write an high-stake examination every year annually. And 1 in 3 schools have functional science laboratories, and some of them are not even fully equipped. 25 to 35% of public secondary schools in Nigeria lack functional laboratories. This was said by The Nation and Nigerian Education News in 2022 and in 2025. Now, all these effects I just listed leads to this impact: collapsed STEM pipelines, fewer students involving in engineering courses, in science, in medicine, and persistent exam underperformance and low pass rates in Nigeria. Now, you can say we have solutions to that already, like government physical labs, but they are expensive to maintain, slow to scale. Tutors or teachers, yes, they teach only theoretical aspects, but science involves experiment. It involves practicals. We have global virtual labs, we have Labster or FET, but these are either too costly, not aligned to WIRE NECO standard, and need stable internet connection. Now, EduLab 360. It is low cost, interactive, student friendly for people writing WIRE NECO. Now, the core features of EduLab 360. First of all, is WIRE and NECO curriculum aligned, it's offline access, and teachers dashboard. That means your teachers can see how far you have improved. Moving on. Now, this is what I actually designed. This is a short app actually designed and coded by myself. Now, EduLab 360, first we start with this is the user interface. Now, I created 3 or 2 more interfaces that we can use experiment. Acid-to-base titration is actually what is going on here. Now, in that dashboard we can see up there, we see when we add indicator, it changes the color from green to yellow or orange right there. Now, this actually allows students to see what they are doing, not what teachers are just saying, because I can get bored. Moving on. This shows steps, it shows precautions, and if you do anything wrong, this shows what you're doing wrong and how to do it correctly. As you're doing it, it moves down to every single experiment you do. It gives you a short quiz to show how far you have gone. And these quiz questions are actually WIRE questions. Now, of course, the quiz will give you the answers and if you have done it right or wrong. It's showing the quiz right now. But for this, it shows you the next step, auto run, and also allows you to understand if you're doing it right or if you're doing it correctly. Moving on, what are the market opportunity for EduLab 360? Now, the core market, we know 2 million WIRE science students write WIRE annually. And in West Africa generally, we have 10 million plus science students writing WIRE. Now, in adjacent markets, we are talking about jam centers, tutorial centers, and just in sub-Saharan Africa spending alone, it's projected to spend $2.5 billion on digital growth learning, that is in learning. Now, business model for EduLab 360. EduLab 360 actually works on 3 parts or 3 zones of business layer, which is what we're talking on, business to business. That is business to schools, business to tutorials or jam centers. Since jam centers or schools tend to plan financially on a long-term basis for their students, we're talking about an annual pricing per student. That's either 4,500 to 7,500, depending on high-income schools and low-income schools. Now, business to consumer, that's talking about business to parents. Now, parents plan for their students or a termly plan because parents can move their students from one school to another depending on either location or so on. Now, business to government, that's business to public schools. This is based on a contractual agreement, so we can agree with contracts of schools at different times or contracts of government of different states. Moving on. Now, in the early pivot stage of EduLab 360, this has actually been done. We saw an 18% increase in the improvement of the scores of students. Now, we also involve in endorsement of WIRE examiners, that's WIRE markers of teachers in my school, and partnership pipelines with telecommunication, education boards, and non-governmental organizations. Now, the impact and vision of EduLab 360. 1 million students by 2027 and 40% increase in the pass rate among low-income students. Now, we are asking for $250,000, that's 375 million, to raise EduLab 360 to 500 schools, scaling 100,000 students. That involves, for total production, that's $375 million. Of course, because per student will be 375, then the revenue per student will be actually be 2,000 minus 375, which is 1,635,000. Now, 1,635,000 will show an 81% profit margin. That's 1,625,000 times 1 million students we hope to reach in the next 2 years. That will be over 16 billion naira profit margin we'll be making. So let's join hands in building the next generation of scientists, one experiment at a time. Thank you.
What do you want to become?
Architecture.
Everybody wants you. Is it only engineering, please?
Yes.
First of all, I want to say I love the skill of your mind, and I love the fact that you're thinking skill. Has this been tested?
Yes, it has.
With what case study or group of people?
Oh, so the members of my school, that's just SS1.
So it's been tested with that. What, do they use their mobile phones? Do they use their pads?
Laptops.
Okay. What school, please?
Wellspring College.
Wellspring College.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, he has led to where I was going next, which is, what about on phones and tablets?
It can work on phones and tablets, actually an app. But for this,
Did you have your classmates test it on the phones and tablets?
yes,
How many of them?
just a few amount of people, sustaining about 20.
My fellow tech founder. I think this is amazing. This literally was a pitch deck. I don't know who did this for you or how you got this, but this literally was a pitch deck, right? A tech pitch deck that could really literally get you the 250,000 that you're looking for. I think this is amazing because, just like you said, I mean, access to laboratories, especially with modern equipment, is, even for some big schools, right? To constantly update and follow the knowledge is expensive, right? So this is a fantastic tool, and so this is what I'm going to do. I have a friend and also a client who has built a software called Your Study Path. So he has digitized the entire WIC curriculum for West Africa. Yes, right. This would be a fantastic plugin, for his product. Because right now he has a bunch of users already, right? And his product is in use across West Africa because, of course, WIAC is a West African exam. So I would definitely be introducing you to him because I see a fantastic synergy between your product and what he has built. It will be a fantastic value add to his product, and it will be a fantastic access to market for your product, right? So I don't know about architecture though, but I mean, and you can code.
Yes,
Girls who code. Clock it, girls who code. Clock it, babies. Interesting, fantastic. I mean, I can't code to save my life. I mean, non-tech, techie, okay? I'm a non-tech founder. So, but I mean, it's fantastic to have people, who can actually code, right? Writing these programs and actually, doing this. So fantastic. How old are you?
I'm 15.
Oh. When did you start learning how to code?
Around 10, 9.
Jasmine, see your mates. Jasmine is my daughter, by the way. No, she's just 8. I'm just messing with you. So I mean, this is fantastic. And if you're at 15, you can already code a platform like this that people can actually use. I think that's amazing. I can't imagine in a few more years what this will
become a software engineer.
Well, architecture is good, but there are so many other things you can architect like this. This is architecture too, but I mean, you are constructing, You are designing in another field. So you can architect your way in educational architect. Yeah. I think we're making up new areas of specialization today. We're talking about medical engineering, now we're talking about educational architecture. Because this is what it is. This is exactly what it is. So yes, architecture but not buildings. Clock it. Thank you.
Okay, so my final advice for you, as somebody who, because I'm a scientist, I'm a science teacher too, and I'm also in that intersection in EdTech, and I'm also the other person that you're trying to market this to, because that I'm your ultimate user in so many ways. I am, yes. So, you see something like this, you need to iterate. My auntie is there, she will know what I'm talking about. She's another EdTech guru too. You need more users. You need more people, because there are going to be bugs. I used to also write code too, when I was young too, so I know what I'm talking about. The more you have people trying it out on different platforms, or whatever you want to call it, the more you're going to find out those bugs. And then that will also help you to, I'm just going to say where you are. Please don't take this, because actually it is. When you start out, we're going to call it 1.0. And then the next, when you iterate again, it becomes the next level, we'll call it 2.0. Or sometimes they call it alpha and then beta testing. It is by you having these users constantly test this that you are going to find out those bugs, and you're going to continue to improve it. You need to have this in more users. So that's going to be my own charge to you. Keep on asking your friends to have more people test this thing, to work on it. That's how you're going to constantly improve this and get better. Because you do want to get better, and she's right. But you also, because that was the next place I was going to go to, that you need to go and collaborate, and you need to go and learn from other people who have done this. You're going to learn so much more, and you're going to grow faster that way. So I'm happy that she's already saying she wants to make that connection for you. Go and get users. And when you get users, did you see what the other young lady did? You need to put it down like you're carrying out research, because it is research. What happened here? These are my users. That's your field test. Because when you now start going, that's what she does, by the way. When you start going to people that you're trying to raise money, oh, they're going to come at you hard.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to tell you, they're going to come at you hard. And it's only from when you are in that field, carrying out that research, or quote unquote, it's called market study. Yeah. She'll tell you that too. That is when you're going to get the real cocoa, as we say, okay? So, sweetheart, you have a lot to do, but you can do it, okay? And you're an engineer, embrace it. All right,
through and through. So the last thing I want to say also is about the scalability of this platform. So I'm thinking you are focusing currently on secondary school students, right?
Yes.
But there are also so many people who need, these tools, even in the universities, right? So if you can, and that is even an easier market to capture. And let me tell you why. If you're focusing on secondary school students, your primary users, right, are the students. But guess who the people who pay you are? It's probably government, the schools, or the parents, right? But with university students, they are more likely going to be your direct user and the people who are paying you directly. So that's an easier market to navigate as well. And that also ensures that your platform is scalable. Now, guess what? Chances are, people who have used your product as secondary school students may also be moving on to science-related subjects, engineering and all of that, and then will now continue to just, so you are growing with them and they'll continue to just use it, even in their undergraduate and maybe even postgraduate studies. You just never know. So I'm just saying that to open your mind to the bigger possibilities of what this can actually be. I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazing. The scalability is mind-blowing. Yeah? Well done.
I have with me on the royal carpet right here, right now, one of the competitors of the Head Girl competition, Hannah Adesomoju. Hi, Hannah. It's lovely to speak with you. How are you doing today?
Very well.
How do you feel about competing today at the National Head Girl Conference?
Well, it was such a great experience, something I really hope my upcoming head girl from my school be able to attend and be able to take part in this. Honestly, I had so much fun, met so much nice individuals.
What was one leadership lesson that you learned from the process of putting in your application, getting to the final 5, and then coming here today to compete?
Patience is really a key. Yeah, you really need to be patient and be able to just have faith in yourself.
Amazing. So what would be one message that you have for young girls in Nigeria and of course across the world?
Think big, let nothing stop your creative thinking, because you don't know, your thought can be a solution for so many people.